Hello, everyone. My name is Yuko Tomizuka. I'm a global real estate investment advisor. I have 30 years of experience and I have analyzed more than 20,000 properties in Japan. Today, I'd like to speak something about this theme topic, how to make your company invincible. This is part two. We have been discussing all the tips that makes your company invincible under the harsh competition. Mr. Kato, who was the technical director of Sanga and led the team to J1 League, J1 is Japanese Premier League. Kato recalled his memory on Inamori's management style and his winner's philosophy. Those are number one, fair play spirit; number two, strive yourself with fighting spirit; number three, make your efforts for others; number four, be winner in your life, not in the match; number five, learn how to use carrot and stick; number six, keep endeavor to be a better person. I will explain number 4 to 6. Number 4, be winner in your life, not in a match. Mr. Kato quoted from his university teacher's words. When I was pushed by my opponent and went into defense, he said, "You guys, don't play that kind of passive football. It will be totally nonsense for you young men to live in such passive lives." My master also mentioned the simplicity is the shared truth under the universe. I feel football must be simple. Playing simply looks fundamental, and the ultimate football play underlies such simplicities Mr. Kato recalled above. Some people say that this is just a football game, but some people say the game itself is the ultimate objective of our lives. I think it's important that we always take the match in front of us as the most important in our lives. By demonstrating such attitude, we may win. Good luck. Number 5. Master how to use carrot and stick. Learning how to tame your staffs and how to get them motivated. Mr. Kato showed another episode of Mr. Inamori. When I entered the Sangha, I saw owner chairman Inamori was very angry. He looked almost furious. I didn't know where the enormous energy came from. However, suddenly he stopped his speech and said, "Oh, I forgot my dentist appointment." His word completely changed the atmosphere in the previous room. He completely changed his mood, asked the chairman, "Please take the guys to dinner," tapped Priya's shoulders, and left the room. Even if Inamori got upset so severely, I think those guys didn't look desperate at all. Normally, a whistleblower tends to suffer what he or she did. He or she has to be overcautious on the reaction of the people. However, if you remain angry, you may think about how hard those who get scored get recovered. Inamori knows that psychological transition and just left a message in young players and made them well motivated. Kato described how Mr. Inamori encouraged players by scolding. We don't learn business administration at school. Even in business schools, it's really hard to learn how to motivate your staff efficiently. I think the most difficult thing is motivating people. I think it's about having your staff look in the same direction as you do. This is really difficult to harmonize with your staff and resonate with them. By getting scolded through the approach, players have to reflect their bad play humbly and sincerely, make proper regression to their performance, and swear to do their best for next performance. Get fully motivated and envisage their better performance in a future play. I don't think we can teach people the above process without having actual experience. However, Mr. Inamori shared his experience on how to certainly get the player motivated. Kato also demonstrated another story. The chairman Inamori says, "I'm not perfect, but I'd like you to change your deficit and your personality, like just by pointing out others' deficit, people may not listen. However, if the speaker also admits his personal deficit, the listener can expect a better result. The chairman Inamori speaks always about himself as a part of his speech. Saying is always easy, but conducting and executing is really difficult, and not everyone can do. Everyone tries to avoid being looked down upon by others, especially those who are obsessed with being elite or the perfectionist may show such aspects. Not to be the one, to be fooled or to be looked down. They unintentionally avoid referring to themselves in their speech and pointing out faults, faults or deficit of other people, like employees or staffs. The listener of your scolding would never reflect themselves, nor respect you as a leader. Therefore, I learned the trick of making people open and listen to get motivated. Tips number 6, keep endeavor to be a better person. When Mr. Kato was first interviewed in Sanga, Mr. Inamori asked about Kato's personality. Mr. Kato answered, I have some stubbornness. I'm stubborn. I try to deliver the best result that I'm committed to. But when it comes to matters insensible to me, I tend to be stubborn and go against whoever my counterpart is. I cannot be a diplomat. I cannot demonstrate a good face to everybody. I think that being stubborn is my strengths and weaknesses. In response, Mr. Inamori said, that's because you are still immature. You have to work hard to be a better person. I mean, the humanity part. Upon hearing this, Mr. Kato started to shed tears. I was also reading this part and the tears came out. I think that life is full of training in taking good passive action. Passive action under martial art, especially Japanese martial art, we call it ukemi. The life itself is full of ukemi. I'm also worried about the potential, the project that I have been involved in. Our opponent did not either use their force or didn't impose a sort of pattern. However, pattern means formality. I tried to make a, I wanted to good passive reaction, but I intentionally use some strings and formality. So I didn't demonstrate a good ukemi. I couldn't feel other person's energy. Even if I felt other person's energy, like the intention a little bit, I may have been overwhelmed myself and added a lot of formality. Getting back to the nature of the assignment, I should have considered what are the fundamentals of the assignment and what are the core part of the project. Therefore, I could have brought better reaction, like as my ukemi. So, to sum up, the tips on how to make yourself invincible as follows. Fair play spirit, strive yourself with fighting spirit. Number 3, make your efforts for others. Number 4, be winner in your life, not in a single game. The learning carrot and the stick, how to get your people, staff motivated, keep endeavor to be a better person. I hope you liked it. Here's my background. I used to work for Japan Real Estate Institute, country's largest and oldest real estate and appraisal firm for 12 years. Then I quit and went abroad to do my MBA, came back here in Japan and joined several financial institutions, Euro Hypo, Bear Stance, Euro Hypo, West AB Group, and eventually I came here in Okinawa, southern part of Japan. That's why you can see the very beautiful ocean view background, and have been doing I just self-employed, starting my own company and providing my support, the service, the investment advisory work for overseas investors, including the hotel investor as well. If you like my channel, please click this channel. Thank you so much.